Okay, welcome to the Not.a.prepper channel. I am Not.a.prepper. I'm going to talk about this EcoFlow Delta 2 that I just got recently. It's about a 1,024 watt hour capacity. Up at the top it says 2,700 watts. That's really only its surge. Here I'm showing that it claims it can have about 3,000 plus cycles for the battery. There's some miscellaneous notes at the bottom. I got high hopes for this EcoFlow Delta 2. It's a little bit lighter. It lasts longer than the EcoFlow Delta. Obviously, I don't have it in here right now. I'm just kind of showing you how big it is. But I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna try to cook some bread with this thing just to see how good of a battery it will be. So I'm going to use a Cuisinart bread maker that I've used. I've used it a few times. I've used it with my regular EcoFlow Delta, but I'm going to try the Delta 2. Okay, I'm going to try to use my EcoFlow Delta 2, and I'm going to cook some bread in my Cuisinart here. Got a Cuisinart bread maker. Spin this joker around. I'm not going to film myself putting all the ingredients in, but we're going to try to do this. So I'm not using this side. I'm going to use this side. So this turned on. So still at 100%, 60 hertz, 85 hours just leaving this thing plugged in. I'm putting this over here because it's a little heavy and I don't want it on top of my stove there. Okay, got my ingredients in there. This thing moves, so I got to push it back a little bit. 85%. So do program. Program 1, color, size, 2 pounds. Hitting start. Oh, dropped to 46 hours. Hopefully this thing will cook all of it. No, this is what I was using, bread flour. This is going to do its thing, so I'm not going to sit here for 3 hours and watch this. But I would like to see what this does. Every once in a while we'll see that it's pulling 37 watts out. There it is. Alright, we'll check it again in an hour or so, see what it's got. I'd like to see this percentage start dropping so I can get an idea as to how fast it goes. All right, it's only gone for a couple minutes, but I just wanted to check it again. Looks like 326 minutes left. Looks like it dropped to about 17 hours at the current rate. You can see it's still at 99% of the battery. Every once in a while, and it just went off. You can see it's pulling 60 watts there, 47 watts, 62 watts. That's 43 watts, 44. I think that's mainly the paddle as it spins through there, basically starting to knead the dough. So it's pulling at different amounts, but I'll keep checking it. All right, it's been a little over an hour. Looks like I still have 2 hours and 22 minutes left. It's on its second rise, so it's basically the dough's just sitting there. And then just looking at my battery here, it looks like I still have 96% of the battery left. Based off of how much energy it's been pulling, I have 71 hours left. Obviously, it's not going to last that long. But yeah, so it's still doing good. It hasn't started baking yet, and it hasn't finished fully rising yet either. But I'm going to keep checking it about every 30 minutes to an hour or so. Well, this Cuisinart I'm using, it's about a 500 to 550 watt bread maker. At this point, it's actually getting warm. You can actually see the bread's fully rised. It's actually baking at this point. It still has an hour and 30 minutes to bake though. Yeah, I'm just checking it here. My battery kind of went into its minor standby mode. It's a little blurry right now, but you can see it's drawing about 485 watts. Still have 89% of the battery left. Based off of this, it looks like it would still have about an hour of battery left, but it's not. It actually rests in the when it's baking, so it won't actually draw that for an entire hour. But it's still got an hour and 30 minutes left to go. All right, I'm going to come back in about an hour. All right, so from here it looks like I have 36 minutes left. What's it say? You can barely see it. It said bake. Still baking pretty good in there. It's starting to look good. It's still warm. Just checking the battery again. Looks like I still have 75% of the battery. And here you can see where it's not drawing any energy from the battery right now. That's what I'm noticing there. At that rate, I'd have 53 hours left. So I'm going to come back. Hopefully I got my timer set and check it when it is done. All right, at this point it is done. I'm just checking it here. Yeah, that looks like a loaf of bread in the Cuisinart. All right, got to check to see how much of my battery is left. It looks like I have 68% of the battery left. So theoretically speaking, I could easily make 2 loaves of bread with this EcoFlow Delta 2. Almost could probably make a third loaf. So I'll have to use this EcoFlow Delta 2 on some other tasks a little bit later. All right, that looks like that's about it. If you could, like, comment, subscribe. Good luck and have fun, everyone.